Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'll bring Pete in to join me. There we are.
Good
Well,
afternoon, everybody.
a nice brightish day today, but freezing cold up here. I don't know what it's like where you all are, but it's absolutely bitter this morning. And it started off, as Pete was just saying to me, it started off with a severe frost, but it's got a real bite to it this morning. So anyway, we won't make it too long today because it's very cold in the workshop here, even with the heater on, and it's been on all morning. But there we are. So today we're going to be doing a YEW platter, stroke bowl. It depends how it works out, really. We'll have a look at it. I'll just take Pete down. There's the bit of timber. And as I said at the top, it's 320mm diameter and about 57 thick. So it's deep enough for a shallow bowl, and it's shallow enough for a deep platter. So it'll be somewhere between the two. But it's a decent size. It's 320mm, so it's going to take a little while to finish. So I thought I would give myself plenty of time and do it over 2 weeks. So, without further ado, I'm going to get straight onto it. And which one? I'm going to do the edge first, so we'll have a look at it from there. You won't see a lot, but hey, don't worry about it. It won't be that exciting. Okay. Spinning at about 800 revs. It's not going to go any more than that because it's not balanced yet.
I'll start going through the list.
Yes, please. Thank you, Peter.
First in was myself, then Andy, Barry Chitty. Good afternoon, Barry. Mark Shepherd. Doug Miller. Good afternoon, Doug. And Mark from the Gentleman Wood Turner. Chris Dodds. Good day, Chris. Alison Heath. Good afternoon.
I've heard of her.
I should hope so. Rob from Copperell Wood Turning. Douglas Mungham. Oh, excuse me. Douglas Mungham. Good afternoon. Oh, that's a new one. Oh no. Dewey Shed is in. I can't remember seeing him before.
I've seen his name, but I'm not sure whether it was on mine. I think probably not.
And I think that's about it.
Yeah,
if I have missed anybody, let me know.
I'm probably going to have to make the diameter a bit less on this because we've got some big holes in the sides here. I don't know if you can. Yes, you can see them. Yep. Little one there and a slightly bigger one there. So I may have to reduce the diameter a bit later on. But anyway, that's round now. So I'm not going to worry any more about it at this stage. Coming across the front now.
Oh, I'm ever so sorry, Malcolm. Malcolm Douglas. I missed him.
Oh, you can't miss Malcolm.
Neil M has joined in as well. Good afternoon, Neil.
Interesting inclusion there. Well, you can see the edge of it. In fact, let's change the camera. We'll go that one. You can see the face of it now. That's quite wide open. It's about sort of 3 or 4 mil gap there, but we'll be shaping it, so we'll get rid of a lot of it. We'll see how it goes. God, this is a very dry piece of timber. Very hard in places.
Douglas Mungan, have you covered your keyboard? I can see that you haven't.
No. I thought about it. I'll empty the stuff off it and we'll be all right. There we go. Cloth was there ready for it. It's covered in stuff now. There we are. It's done, Douglas. Thank you very much.
And David J. Heath, the Guildford Carpenter, has joined us as well. And Dale from Maple Tree Studios. Hello, Dale.
Hello, Dale. God, that's bouncing. Sharpen my tools, so I know it's not that. It's all these little knots in here. That one is the one that's giving me the problem. It's much better than it looks on the screen, by the way. Yes, that's pretty rough. That's better. That's going to get a bit closer. That's better. That's better. Right.
Dale was asking a question. He missed the start. He says, how large is largish?
If he continues reading the sentence that says largish, it ends up saying 320 by 57. So it's a good diameter, about 12 and a bit inches.
Jennifer's joined us as well, from Jennifer's Craft and Creations.
Hello, Jennifer. It's not the best pair, but there they are. Right. Just mark where this is going to come, which is the the recess mortise for the chuck. It's just there.
Robert Dolman has joined in as well. Afternoon, Robert.
Hello, Robert. Right, let's just put a bit of a dovetail chamfer on there. And that's more than deep enough to cope with this size. Now then, the foot is not going to be that close in. It's going to be too small for the size of the bowls, so let's just put a mark on here where the foot's going to be. And I would say about there.
Wesley Hanna has joined us as well. Good afternoon.
Hello, Wesley. For my own guidance for later, I'll just make that's the foot there. And I'll be removing that later on when I've finished everything else. Good. So, right.
Martin Shepherd says that looks really good on the laptop, but the picture is much smaller than on my TV. But I can't get the chat on my TV.
Oh, right. No, I've heard other people have had that problem.
Please don't forget the thumbs up.
No, I think what I'm just going to do, because I haven't got a dovetail on the mortise on the other side, the one that's sitting on at the moment, I think I'll turn it around and do it now. I've got a chucking point on this side. I shall turn it round, just modify that, just to make sure, because it's something this size, I really don't want it flying around the workshop. I think you can understand why.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's not bad. Excuse me. So I'll just make this into a spin it before you turn it on. Yeah, it's not running true anyway, so I might as well true that up while I'm doing it. Ooh, lump come out of it. That's better. And now we'll just put that shaping in there. I made this quite a deep mortise here, deeper than it needed to be. Right, that should do that. Right, back to where we were. Stay there. I should just feel a little bit more secure with that held on a chamfered mortise.
Absolutely. Don't want something like that flying off and hitting you in the...
No, it's a fair old weight
really.
actually. This piece is quite hefty. That's all right. Oh, I haven't quite got it round there, but it doesn't matter. That will all happen in due course. Yeah, that's all running nicely. Makes it so much easier when it's running true. Speed things up a bit without it wobbling around all over the place. It's an unevenly balanced piece of timber anyway, so
I'll be back in a minute. My phone's ringing.
all right. Yep. Not very tasty.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Well done.
Oh, Pete from Twisted Trees has come in. Morning all, sorry I'm a bit late.
No problem. Let's get rid of this line. Right, now we'll have a look at the edge, see what we've got to do. I'm pretty sure it's actually cut me, those shavings coming off there. That's how dry it is. Drew blood.
Oh dear. Call the first aider.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
Roger
I thought it
Kent
was
has
hurting.
joined us as well.
Hello, Roger. I thought it was hurting a bit, but Right, I'm going to reduce the diameter of this now to get rid of those two bits because there's nothing else I can do. I don't want to curve it back down the other way or do anything silly with it. So I should do that.
Alison's asking if you need a plaster.
No, it's only little spots. I'll survive. I've got a pair of gloves somewhere. That's what I should be wearing. I think they're what's blocking me drawers. They've fallen down the back somewhere. Not to worry, a pair of leather gloves. Never mind, I should be all right.
Change camera?
It really is very dry, this timber, and therefore very hard. It was a piece of Keith's. It's only a little nick. I really should have a good pair of gloves. I've got some down here somewhere, but I can't find them. I can't get the drawer open.
And Pete from Twisted Tree says, "Stop eating the shavings, Andy. People will think you're Harry the Beaver."
Yeah, I put my face mask on, but I can't get it on with the headset on. The one I turned earlier in the week, I was able to put the face mask on, full face mask. So that was a lot more tasty. But it's such nice timber. I'm not gonna not use it just because it hurts. A little bit more. That one's gone. That one's going. Nearly. Oh, that will go. By the time I've got the rest of the OG done, that will have gone. So I should turn back round here and work on making this lip a bit thinner, the rim, and I want to extend the rim back a little bit more. So get a decent size. It really is going to be very definitely a cross between a platter and a bowl.
Do you want to change the camera back or leave it on that one?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
You can see what's going on that one.
But the other one's probably better, isn't it? The other one I've got is that one. No, that's no good. It's a rubbish camera anyway, that one. Yeah, that'll do it. See what I'm doing. Thank you, Peter.
Martin is suggesting perhaps you should try one of those disposable masks as people wore during COVID, then you wouldn't eat the shavings.
No, probably not. It muffles your voice, though, doesn't it? So, which is why I know. I mean, the microphone's the main reason for deciding not to wear stuff over your face, but no, I'll live with it. I'll be a man. This is so hard. I can feel it throwing the tool off. That's better. take a little bit more back there. Yes, good. That I can't do anything about. That's just going to be there and be what it is, and I'll probably fill that later. Big hole in the bottom. Hey ho, such is life. That's getting the sort of shape I want to get it to. So that's encouraging. In fact, I think it's really a question of cleaning it up, and then I'll take the top down a little bit when I turn it round to make the rim a bit thinner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I need to take it up anymore from the bottom. So apart from just cleaning it up and getting it nice, tiny little cuts and stop it bouncing. I can always scrape this a bit if I need to, which might be favourite later on. Big Simon Hope scraper is very good for this sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's got the weight.
Steve the Wood Dude's joined us as well. Good afternoon,
Hello, Steve. Yeah, I'm going to fill that. I'm not going to worry about that hole in there. If you can see it, yes, that's actually a hole. It's not obvious on the camera, but it is actually a hole. But
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I'll fill that. I've got some stuff I can do that with. That's very rough there, but that'll smooth off. That's supposed to be the foot, but it's a bit torn up, so we'll redo that. Just there. This very dry timber, it does tend to tear a bit. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way it is. That's getting there. Wants to be a little bit more taken out of here. That's better. Right, let's try scraping it and see what we can get. Just going to rotate that blade a bit. It might be a bit sharp around the other side. Should be better. That's more like it. Let's see what that's done to that rough bit. Much better. Nothing a house brick won't get rid of. It's not going to smooth anymore until we get into glass paper. But that edge has got to have something done to it, so we'll round that off a little. Don't want it to be too sharp. That's better. Right, now then that. I don't need that to look like that. So that's going to be my foot. I'm going to make it a fraction narrower. It's a bit wide. Which also sorts that this out there. And that bit there. Right, that's better. Right, I think it's just get some glass paper. It's only +1. I'm doing all right. Put some of these tools back. Drink of water. That's better. Right, now then. Well, at least the bed of the lathe looking all right now. I left a piece of timber on it that I was thinking of turning today. It's a burr. And I cut the excess timber off it.
Mm-hmm.
And there it is, in fact. If you look at the other side, you can see the burr.
Nice
but it was,
piece.
yeah, it will be. It was really quite damp inside. I'm not sure what it is, actually. It might be ash. But it was quite damp inside. I left it on the bed of the lathe overnight. Came back in this morning, it was in a bit of a mess. Gone all black and rusty and all sort just overnight. But I managed to clean it up. It's all right now. Right then. I thought it'd be exciting to turn that bit of timber, but I will do it one day when it's dried out a bit. Right, let's give this a bit of a sand up. Let's try putting the dust extractor on, just for a laugh.
Ward Wilson's joined us as well from the west coast
Hello,
of Arizona.
Ward.
Hi, Ward.
That's right, yep.
And you have 28
One of our regulars.
watching and 22 thumbs
good.
up. And you've been going for 35 minutes.
Even that's not bad. Yeah, 28 seems to be sort of the good side of what we get at lunchtime, isn't it?
Hmm.
for those poor folk who have to work.
Yes.
It's much more fun to play like this. Yes, this was tearing a bit, this bit of timber, so we'll need a bit of sanding, but I'll do something with that chucking point at the end. I made it fairly deep quite deliberately because of the weight of it. Right, so is that there? It's typical YEW, it's sanding up quite nicely. Yeah, there are a couple of bits that need a bit more attention, but it is actually coming better than it suggested it might do when we first started. The way that grain was going in all directions.
And Terry's joined us as well. TJ Turning. Hello, Terry.
Oh, hello, Terry. Welcome. You come for the interesting bit. Bit of sanding. I've quite deliberately allowed myself plenty of time to do this. I've put it down for next week as well. So I'm not sure if we're going to need it. We'll see. But I don't think I might get it turned over, but I don't think I'm going to get it sufficiently to say it's done.
No.
So,
oh, that's better. I'll just put my reading glasses on. I can see the chat properly now.
yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yes, Martin says that the problem is Axminster do their woodworking wisdom on Tuesdays as well.
Oh, do they? All right. I suppose because I've always done this, I've not seen it.
No, I haven't, to be honest.
Some of those are quite good. I've seen them afterwards, sometimes. And they try and sort of cover all levels, don't they? So if you're a beginner, there's stuff for you. If you're not, if you're more advanced, then there's stuff for you as well, which is good. Yeah, I'm going to have to reverse, which means I've got to screw the lathe on, the chuck on. I mean, it doesn't want to smooth out completely, so I will put the take the work out of the chuck. That's it. And then I have to undo these quite a long way so I can get to the screws. It's really silly setup on this chuck, which is a shame. There it is. I can see it. And which one is it? Is it that one? No, let's turn it around. No, I don't think it is that one. I'll get the right Allen key in a minute. I'll get the one out from my drawer. He says, there it isn't. Oh, there they are. Right then. That's better. That's that one. And that one. Otherwise, if I reverse the chuck with that weight of timber on as well, it's definitely going to unscrew itself. That's it. We got it.
Mike Doyle has joined in as well.
Oh, hello, Mike.
Greetings all. Watching while I get ready for work.
Work. Yeah, that brings back a faint memory. I used to do that once. Shouldn't rub it in, really, should we? Oh, I don't know. Right. What am I doing? Nobody told me I was putting it in the wrong way around, did I?
Sorry, I wasn't watching the picture. I was looking at the chat.
I wasn't watching anything. I thought that's pretty rough. I haven't been sanding that. Right, good. Perfect. Now then, get the extractor on again. A bit of, is it 60? 80, bit of 80 grit.
Brian at Hartwood Turning has joined in as well. Good afternoon,
Hello, Brian. Come for the interesting bit. I'm just sanding up a piece of wood that doesn't want to be sanded. It's unusual for you, but it's got a very terry grain. That feels as though it's working. Just simply going backwards makes all the difference. Let's have a look. Much better. There's still a bit there. A bit there.
Martin says try 40 grit. That's a house brick, isn't it, Martin?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Unfortunately, 80 is the coarsest I've got. Oh no, actually, having said that, I think I've got some coarser stuff, but I wouldn't particularly want to use it.
No.
They put such big scratches in, you've got to get them out again. I just don't want to overheat it. That's one thing that YEW doesn't like.
Oh, Steve, the wood dude, says the hardest part of my job is making money from wood turning. Join the club, Stephen.
Yes. Yeah. Fortunately, I treat it strictly as a hobby. And although it's nice to sell stuff and it's nice to have the money you get from it to buy more tools, I don't rely on it to live, which I'm very pleased about. So I don't really ever get involved in any sort of production turning, so therefore I don't get bored with it. Or very rarely, which helps. But no, it's a great hobby. I mean, it's a fabulous hobby. Right, that's nearly there now, that bit.
Douglas Mungham says, Peter, I have some 1 grit. Would that help?
Yeah. Where was that other bit? Just there.
Wood turning with Barry's coming as well. Good afternoon, Barry.
Hello, Barry. You can tell it's getting better because I'm having a job to find these rough bits now. So it's distinctly improved.
Brian from Hartwood Turning says, donning it just for fun. I'm assuming he means doing it just for fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That was 60 grit. I thought that was coarser than 60, but it's not. Which means that will only be 60 as well, I expect. Oh no, that's 80. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. We'll carry on with our 80. This bit here is...
Brian says his typing skills are not brilliant.
Yeah. So we won't take that up as a hobby then.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did an evening class in typing when keyboards were computers were really just sort of coming in, into general use. Did very well at it, but then didn't keep it up. So I could touch type at the time. I can't now. I have to look at it and do it with 2 fingers.
I was just going to say I'm a 2-finger typist.
Yeah. I just look at it and think that's better than 1, so we'll go with that. Right, I'm going to have some extra work to do to this between this week and next week, I think. But this is, broadly speaking, sanded with 60 grit. So I'll go through the grades in a minute. But I've got a big hole there to fill, which is quite significant.
Mm-hmm.
I want to fill that with something. There's an inclusion on the edge there which you can't see. Just there. Yeah, that's quite open. Yep. So I should want to do something with that. I've run out of black super glue, so I'll have to get some more. But I think I've got some milliput. Yeah, I've got some milliput, so I could use that, because that crack there needs filling, and that one there needs filling. So there's a bit to do. I'm not going to do that in front of everybody because it's very, very boring. You spend a long time waiting for it to harden before you can get on with the next step. But I think, broadly speaking, that's the shape I wanted for underneath. Anyway, that's nice. Oh, excuse me.
Benjamin has joined us as well. Afternoon, Ben.
Oh, Ben, right. Numbers are going up then. There must be a fair number of people now.
We have 32 watching, 24 thumbs up.
That's excellent.
You've been going 48 minutes.
Yeah, right. If we get over the 30, I'm well chuffed, because it's usually high 20s, isn't it? So 30, 32. That's excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. That's really rather lovely. Little bit there wants a bit more attention.
Terry's saying he had a girlfriend who was a touch typist, so she taught me how to type many years ago. Was that on a keyboard,
yeah.
Terry?
I learned on a typewriter, old-fashioned typewriter. Wasn't even electric, because it was at the school I was teaching in at the time. It's the evening class, so we had to work on what the kids worked on, and it was fine. But it was all in preparation for when computers became more normal. Because at that time, I mean, I'm going back a bit now, obviously. Well, I finished teaching 44 years ago, so it's certainly more than that. It's good, Terry, though. I took the... Sorry, go on.
Terry said yes in answer to my question, but
yeah,
I don't think he got the joke, but never mind.
No, I came top of the class in the exam, the RSA, is it? Something, whichever. I said, something or other.
RSA, yeah, Royal Society of Arts.
Yeah, I think it was an RSA exam, and I came top of the class, which the ladies were not too keen on. But I didn't rub it in much. That's looking a bit better now. I should give it much more time and attention in between now and next week. But it's I'll get some sanding sealant on it in a minute when I've just gone through the rest of the grades quickly. But it'll bring out the grain. You can see what there is to get excited about.
Mm. Yeah, Mark the gentleman would Turner said, just gone off the top of the screen. If you do what you love for a living, you'll never work a day in your life.
Absolutely, Mark. Yep, you're quite right.
Well, Benjamin says, not true, Mark. You'll just ruin a good hobby.
Well, yes, that's the danger, isn't it? I don't like doing sort of more than a couple of anything. As soon as you do that, it becomes production turning, and it's really goes against the grain for me.
Oh my God, Roy's the boys has joined us as well. Good afternoon, Roy.
Yeah, they're all coming out of the woodwork today.
Hi.
Jolly good.
Oh
Right.
dear, it's gone down to 28.
Was it? Yeah, but if you counted all
28 watching, 27 thumbs up.
Well, I'm just going to have a quick look at colours. Well, what's happened to that? It's not much better, is it? That one is horrible for colour.
Looks very red on it.
It's got a lot more. That's, in fact, if I turn the light off, it's getting closer. I've got another light on there, my new light. Let's turn that off. That's better. If I keep the light from the sun coming in. Yeah, it's a really interesting deep colour. And it's a shame that the cameras don't always show it as well as they might. Right, I'm going to call that it, apart from a quick spray.
Yes, Douglas, it is.
Is what?
You.
Yes, it is.
He's asking what if the wood was you.
Yeah, if you look at the heading, it tells you up there. I actually remember to put it in there this time. Right, let's turn it very slowly.
Terry's got to go. See you later, Terry.
Cheers, Terry. Bye. Right, quick bit of paper.
That looks even better now. Even
it does, yeah, it does. It's got a lovely bit of colour to it now. I'll just wipe it off, get the excess. And that will be dry in a few moments. Yeah, it needs a little bit. Sorry, go on.
Martin's got to go as well. His phone is going.
Okay, Martin. Well, I've more or less finished anyway. So
looking forward to next week, he says.
I'm going to take it off here now because I think the camera on the computer is probably better colour than this one. Let's sit down and we'll try it and see. A little bit. It wants to be a little bit. Turn the lights out. It still doesn't work.
Yeah, it still looks very nice though.
It does. Oh yes, it's a lovely piece of timber. No doubt about it. It's a piece of Keith's Keith's timber this was. I've hardly got any lights turned on now. No, it's not going to improve. But you can see the markings, the knots and flecks, and all sorts of stuff in it. Bit of sapwood around the edge, a bit of grey stuff, another bit on that side. Yeah, no, that's going to look lovely. By the time the inside's carved out to match, which will be next week, I think that'll be quite passable. So there we are. That's as far as I'm going this week. It's so cold out here. I need to. I don't like to spend more than an hour or so out here. It gets very, very chilly. It's water. The heater's actually made a difference. It's warmed up a little bit, but having a jumper on underneath me smock helps. But there we are. I should give me something to do next week, wouldn't it? So thank you, Douglas and Barry. Great piece of wood. Yep.
Yeah, lots of nice comments coming in.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product next week as well. Thank you, Barry.
Yeah, Brian says nice piece and shape.
Good. Yeah, it's the shape I can take credit for. I can't take credit for the timber. That's just the way it grew. But what's next week? Alf Key. Oh, hello, Alf. Sorry, I didn't realise you were in. Next week is going to be doing the other half of it, doing the top of it, and finally finishing it completely. I should probably do something with the chucking point underneath, just to make it look less like a chucking point. And
Alf Key. Oh, I didn't see him come in.
No. I thought you couldn't have done. I'm just going back up and seeing what's been said. Very nice, Andy. Thank you, Roger. Chris Dodds, thank you. Looking good, Andy. Yeah. The bowl, that is. Yeah. You hardly need to add that. I think it's taken as read. Douglas said goodbye. Right. Good. Anyway,
Roy's been trying to set up his second-hand bandsaw, but it's drifting to the right.
They do tend to do that. I don't know what sort of guides you've got on the blade, but they're critical. I've got ball-bearing bull races on mine, which makes a huge difference. It keeps it really accurate. But one I had before used to have lumps of hardwood in there to guide the blade, and of course that just wears. It's no good. It doesn't work properly. Some of them have a hard plastic in there. Lots of different ways of doing it, but in my view, the bearing is the best. And the Axminster ones, the decent Axminster ones anyway, tend to have those, I'm pleased to say. But it takes a bit of swapping over if you want to change it over to those. You've got to do some engineering. So,
because it's a record power BS12.
I don't know the record power range. I mean, they're supposed to be quite well made, but I don't know. I've not used one, so therefore I hesitate to comment. But it's usually down to the ball race or you've got pieces of metal. Yeah, Douglas says he's got bits of metal in his. It's all right, but they do tend to wear because your blade is hard enough to keep its edge when it's cutting hard timber. And therefore, if it's rubbing up against metal, it's going to wear them a bit. So, record power BS12. No, I don't know. I don't know that one, Roy, at all. I've got a friend who's got a record bandsaw of some sort, and he's quite pleased with it. Or at least he was. He's now got the Axminster one, same as mine. So that says something, doesn't it? No, it wasn't a record. No, beg your pardon, it wasn't a record. He had enormous problems setting it up. He never did get it right. I had to go for him as well, and we never did quite get it right. It wouldn't cut square, which is a real pain. So he's got the Axminster one now, and he loves it. So Roy's the boy's got metal. Metal's all right because it doesn't wear as quickly as timber, but it still does wear. And it's quite difficult to set it up absolutely right because you've got to get just the right amount of pressure. Too hard and it overheats. too soft and it wobbles around. So you've got to just touch, and a bit of lubrication on it from time to time. But then, of course, all the sawdust sticks to it, so you can't win. But if you can get the dry lubricant, it helps. I know. What's the oil we use? WD-40 do a dry lubricant. In fact, I've got some here. I tend to spray it on anything. It's not completely dry, but it's dry PTFE lubricant, which is useful. I use it on the bed of the lathe particularly, but really almost anything that needs lubricating, I tend to use that. So I'd recommend that. Worth getting. I didn't even know they did one until fairly recently when I bought that. But anyway, I'm going to call it a day. Oh, he's got that. Roy's got that. Yeah, good. If you use it, it does help minimise the wear. Good. Okie doke. I'm going to press the button and say thank you very much, all of you, for coming along, and thank you, Peter. Sorry, I'll bring you in on the act.
No, don't.
There we are. And thank you very much for earworming for me.
No problem. No problem at all.
Makes life easier, and you can go back to your party now. So.
Yeah, if it's still on.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody, and bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.
Push the button and push the other button.